Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. We're talking about Democrats' inability to fundraise. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. As I said, go to a Democrat city. Tell me why you would want to donate money to them. Show me what they've built that you go, oh my gosh, look at when we put money into them, here's what we get. You get nothing but, you could not, you're investing in evil. I'll just put it that way. You're investing in evil. Put that money to work and I'm not telling you Republicans are good, because they're a bunch of rhinos over there too. But if you put that money to work in conservative causes, you'll get good results. Things like what the church does. Look at charities run by conservatives. I'll tell you, from a personal perspective, running charities, having run 3 pretty, decent sized ones, I will tell you, I've put more money into our charitable work than first of all, we've never made a nickel. We've never taken a nickel out of the charities. Not one. And then we go out and find funding for it and get people like, Anheuser-Busch has supported me back before they got bought by the other guys. And we had liquor distributors that would do our events. The Cardinals, when I was living in St. Louis, they were just amazing. We did the Redbird Club. We had the Champions Club where we featured the stuff. Point is, didn't take a nickel, but the orchestration and the amount of time it took from our organization cost us tens of thousands of dollars over the past 10 years. Easily. Never taken a nickel, put in a lot of time and effort. I've had more, 30-person committees to put these things together, and it took a lot of effort by a lot of good quality people like you, to make this happen. So that's how we did it. But when the Democrats do things, when they fundraise, it's all selfishly motivated. It's to put a group together that's going to go get a bunch of fake signatures so they can act like they got the right voter rolls, and then you end up with 130% of voter registrations per people. They're registering illegals. They don't care. You've seen all the undercover videos. I don't have to talk to you about it. But let me tell you something. It's catching up with them. All of this is happening, guys, for a reason. I want you to think about what's going on in this country because of the election of Donald Trump. I'm not saying that he's driving it. I quite frankly believe it's a higher thing. It's a God thing that Donald Trump, during the time of Trump, you get the exposure of Weinstein. You get this Uranium One deal. You get Barack Obama, who's about to be exposed for the biggest fraud. We got played like you wouldn't believe in this country by this man. And the Democrats know this. They know that when the anvil falls on Barack Obama, there goes their party. They're hanging on, man, like a hair on a biscuit, because they're going, we've got to protect this man. We've got to rally the troops. But it doesn't matter, because their troops are abandoning them. Democrats may be finally receiving the message. They are the party of destruction. And their finances suffer mightily under the realization of just how destructive their party has been. The DNC can't attract donors. They're having a tough time encouraging their existing donors to contribute because they don't know. The donors are going to contribute to what? What do you represent, DNC? Tell us what you are. You've got a disgraced DNC chairwoman, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's embroiled in controversy with these Awan brothers and this IT scandal. Then she was replaced by Donna Brazile, who cheated. Look, if you're a Democrat and you say, look, it's okay that Donna Brazile fed Hillary Clinton the questions for the DNC, and by the way, that's the most benign thing she did. If somebody fed Trump that and he took it, we as conservatives would be outraged at both of them. We'd be outraged. Because if you can't win on ideas and come up with the responses at the time of the questioning and not be prepared in advance, you've already prepared in advance. That's the deal. But the Democrats, That's what they did. And they have no bones about it. Well, if that's what it took for Hillary to win, then that's what we need to do. Really? So you're willing to cheat the Republic because Hillary couldn't come up with an answer on the fly. What their Democrats were saying by feeding Hillary these debate questions is she doesn't have the ability to think on her feet because she has no core. She doesn't know what she stands for. But the Democrats don't see it that way. They see it as we have to win at all costs. Even if Hillary doesn't know the answers, we'll get her the right answers. We will have the speechwriters have the perfect response. What is the perfect response? Somebody tell me what the perfect response is. If it isn't in your belly, a fire burning in your belly, you don't have the perfect response. People say to me, Kevin, how do you get on TV and say all this? I say the stuff that I mean. That's what I say. Anyway, they said this. Donors, small and large, are so over the party. This is Jane Cleave, chair of the Nebraska Party, told Politico, commenting on the failure of the DNC chairman, Tom Perez, to refocus the party. Refocus to what? Refocus to racism, refocus to sexism, refocus to accusing everybody around you of problems that you create. What are you refocusing to? Look, this is so telling when the DNC and the people within the party are going, you know what do we do? So they say, though donors continue to support individual candidates and causes, the DNC's fundraising troubles may imperil the party's strategy for the 2018 elections. Now, guys, I've already told you what's going to happen in the 2018 elections. Republicans are going to sweep. They're going to gain seats in the House. They're going to gain seats in the Senate. And don't be surprised if Donald Trump in the next year puts in 2 judges. Don't be shocked by any of that. And it isn't me being, James Carville, well, now that we got Obama and the Republicans ain't going to win it for 100 years. It isn't that. I'm not even thinking. It isn't like I'm some, look at what we did with Donald Trump. Not at all. I'm just looking at the thing objectively and saying, if you got Donald Trump, who got ushered in the most unlikely of circumstances with you can't stack the deck any more against a candidate than they did with Trump. So you have him winning, and then you have him performing, and you think somebody's going to beat him? Bring on Beyonce. Who else is going to run? They said Michelle Obama. Somebody else. Who was it? We were talking about the other day. Anyway, these people that are going to run, bring it on. Oh, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban. Really? You think you're going to go from Shark Tank to president? Bring it on, Mark Cuban. People are crazy. They said this. Everybody thinks some magic 3-page document and some magic tagline is going to turn everything around to us, Cleave said. But this is very typical work. The article says, though donors continue to support these individual candidates, the party itself is struggling. And here are the numbers. The party raised about $4 million in September compared to the Republican National Committee's haul of $10 million in the same period. So the Republicans raised 250% more money than the Democrats. But it gets worse. Because not only did the Republicans outraise the Democrats 2.5 to 1, but the Republicans have 6 times the cash on hand. Now, we're talking about a long way before, folks. Don't get excited about these numbers, but these are the numbers. Currently, the Republicans have $44 million of cash on hand. The Democrats have 7. That's it. But it gets even worse. When the DNC was going to replace Donna Brazile, the 2 biggest guys that were fighting it out were Keith Ellison and Tom Perez. And Tom Perez won. Now, Tom Perez is a radical leftist, very Latino. He wants to, he's everything that we are not in terms of he wants open borders, the whole thing. Keith Ellison hates Jews. He's a Muslim. And I don't know why he doesn't just change his name to, Muhammad Wafa or whatever. But he calls himself Keith Ellison still. And he's embroiled in controversy. Now, these are the 2 guys. A heavy Latino dude, a ethnocentric racist black dude who hates Jews, And that's who ultimately Tom Perez won. And in order to placate Ellison, who he doesn't really like, he brings Ellison in as his co-chair, not co-chair, but, vice chair. So these are the two running the party. And now the Democrats are going, they can't seem to attract any voters. Well, I wonder why. They said Perez outlined a new direction to win back the 1,000 seats that they lost. How are you going to do that? They had the best possible thing they could ever have in Barack Obama, and they lost 1,030 or 1,080 seats. 4 special elections, probably going to lose another governorship. And what's Trump doing? Trump's doing what Trump does. He's winning, baby. He's a rock star. He's turning the economy around, and we'll get to this in a second. I got to stop for just a second, but I'm going to come back to this.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.